There are things that powerful people don't want us to know, but these clips have exposed the truth they tried to hide.
Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration.
Whether it's politicians acting like they're under control or making suspicious gestures on live TV, viewers can't stop talking about these insane moments.
For many a year we have controlled your lives, while you all just struggle and suffer in strife.
Look at this shocking video. It shows French President Emmanuel Macron making Donald Trump do the devil horn hand gesture, even as Trump tried to resist him. For years, conspiracy theorists believed that this gesture symbolized allegiance to dark forces, and it represented the devil's horns. Do you think this could just be a coincidence, or was the president of France openly admitting to being a follower of the devil? Comment your thoughts below. Card prediction. For years, people have been obsessed with the mysterious Illuminati card game, but now, a new twist has everyone talking about it. One card titled Enough is Enough that was released in 1995 has gone viral because it shows a man who looks similar to Donald Trump. And in 2017, the same phrase was used by Trump himself in one of his speeches.
And we will say, enough is enough.
The strangest part is that another video later appeared in one of Charlie Kirk's final videos on his YouTube channel, with the exact same phrase. This forced everyone to think if the card had predicted more than anyone realized. Could a simple card game really have known this much about our future? Illuminati display. This video could be proof that they are not even trying to hide anything anymore. During a live concert in Argentina, singer Nicki Nicole was performing on stage. But one major thing stood out the most. The one eye. It was right there on the screen behind her. And if you look closely, the dancers form triangles behind her too. This is the exact symbol that has been linked to the Illuminati, the secretive elite group said to control global affairs and watch over humanity through constant surveillance. Could this be a coincidence? Alien Elon Musk. Elon Musk had been caught many times acting in strange ways, especially when he thought no one was watching. After all his strange behaviors and this confession, wild theories started spreading fast.
Have all this time and all this energy and all these ideas, and then people just let him do these things.
Because I'm an alien.
That's what I've speculated.
Yes.
Now people keep saying that maybe he wasn't a human, but an alien.
Elon is alien.
They think the reason he launched so many satellites was that he could be sending signals to his own kind.
But that makes it legit. Elon Musk and Jacques Cousteau studying alien underwater life forms because that's where the spaceships are.
Some also say that he'd come to Earth to gather intel and build power through technology that seemed far too advanced. And with world leaders staying so close to him, people began wondering if they knew the truth as well. Hidden sign. Take a look at this odd footage from live TV. During Donald Trump's inauguration, Eric Trump began forming a strange shape with his hands, almost like a triangle. It looked eerily similar to the infamous Illuminati symbol. But right after a few seconds, Laura Trump quickly stopped him with her hand. However, the camera caught both things, the signs and Laura's gesture, which meant she clearly didn't want the world to see the sign he was making. Even viewers started asking if he was about to reveal the family's secret ties to the Illuminati, or if it was just an accidental slip caught on camera. Simpson prediction. Somehow, the Simpsons have the mysterious ability to make their fictional stories unfold in real life. Just like in an episode from 2002, they showed Donald Trump and the King of Saudi Arabia placing their hands on a glowing globe. But guess what? 15 years later, the exact same scene happened in real life. Take a look at this. Both Donald Trump and King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud placed their hands on a glowing orb in a ritualistic way, just like the cartoon had predicted. Could this mean that the creators of The Simpsons hold more political power than we realize? Faked moon landing.
Cerebral, ABC Digital. Wanted to give you the opportunity to swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon. Will you put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
Mr. Cerebral.
Yes? If you really walked on the moon, why would you not do that? And put your hand on the Bible, swear to God you walked on the moon.
Mr. Cerebral, knowing you, that's probably a fake Bible.
In 2010, a filmmaker named Bart Sibrel from ABC Digital confronted Neil Armstrong, and what happened after that shook the internet. Sibrel held out a Bible and asked Armstrong to swear that he really walked on the moon in 1969. But Armstrong didn't do it. He avoided the Bible completely, almost as if swearing could expose something he didn't want to admit. Sibrel, who's known for chasing Apollo astronauts and demanding they swear on the Bible, said this moment proved everything about the reality of the moon landings. And people online couldn't stop talking about it either.
Put your hand on the Bible, swear to God you walked on the moon.
Mr. Cerebral, knowing you, that's probably a fake Bible.
Well, no, it's a real Bible. Well, you have $5,000 cash. You can give it to charity if you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon.
Mr. Cerebral has made a fool of himself in front of the world. Mr. Cerebral, you do not deserve answers.
Erika Kirk mystery.
So I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw a video referencing Erika Kirk possibly being a boy. So I had to check something out.
A conspiracy theorist shared a video on Instagram that shocked everyone. After seeing a TikTok saying that Erika Kirk was a boy, he tried finding evidence of her ever being pregnant, but nothing showed up on Google. No matter how hard he tried to dig for evidence, he couldn't find anything to really prove that Erika was indeed a woman. Although this theory may not have any solid proof, the video is enough to plant a seed of doubt about Erika Kirk's true identity.
Erika Kirk pregnant on Google. Nothing. Erika Kirk's kids. No faces.
Biden's replacement.
North Carolina. And he was a very conservative guy who was very...
Here's more about the theory that the Biden we see today is not the real one from before. If you look closely, the skin on his neck seems to shift, almost like it's made of rubber or latex. It looks like an actual mask. But the strange details don't stop there. His gait looks completely off, like he doesn't even know how to walk like a normal being. All his movements seem to glitch, as if he doesn't understand human norms anymore. All of this together makes the theory feel even stronger, that maybe he was really replaced by something else.
North Carolina. And he was a very conservative guy who was very...
Bohemian Grove.
Which hither ye have fought from regions where I reign, ye fools and priests.
This creepy video was leaked by an anonymous person. It shows a remote forest area where dozens of people were gathered in a creepy way, each holding a torch in hand. The sound of a man's voice could also be heard in the background.
Which hither ye have fought from regions where I reign.
And many people claimed it sounded exactly like Kenneth Copeland, the famous American televangelist.
For he has anointed me to preach. He has anointed me to heal. He has anointed me.
When the video surfaced, viewers quickly pointed out that it looked like a secret recording from the Bohemian Grove, a private gathering spot known for its powerful guests and mysterious rituals. And if that really was Copeland's voice leading the chant, then it only adds fuel to the theory that such famous personalities are indeed a part of such ritualistic gatherings.
Prince of all mortal wisdom.
Strange disease. You might want to watch this clip very carefully, because right after Donald Trump shook hands with Vladimir Putin, something strange appeared on his hand. The skin behind his hand looked really withered, like it had started decaying. As soon as this video reached the internet, people online immediately pointed out that the same kind of marks Queen Elizabeth had on her hands before her passing. That's where the theory started. What if it wasn't just a coincidence? With tensions between Russia and the US already at their peak, could this have been a planned infection or virus created by Putin? If that's the case, then what if he was behind the Queen's mark too? Although there's no clear answer, the footage still remains one of the most talked about handshakes ever caught on camera. Michelle or Michael. You might want to listen to this clip very carefully, because what Barack Obama said here has left the internet in disbelief. While talking about his wife Michelle, he repeatedly said Michael instead.
In the world. Michael and I.
Had it happened only once, it could have been easily dismissed as a slip of tongue. But after this happened many times, people started believing that Michelle Obama might not really be a woman. Listen to what Joan Rivers says here.
You know Michelle is a trans...
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. It's okay.
What are your thoughts on this? Twin Towers truth. This is one of the most controversial debates in modern history. After the incident with the Twin Towers in 2001, the entire world was in shock. Years later, people have started to believe that someone else was behind the incident, and this leaked video might prove that. In this leaked video, these rescuers were saying that the structure had fallen in a very controlled way, almost like it was planned.
We made it outside. We made it about a block.
We made it at least 2 blocks, and we started running. Floor by floor, it started popping out.
It was if they had detonated.
Detonated.
They were planned to take down a building. Boom, 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 boom.
All the way down. I was watching it and running. Just ran up west. And then you just sort of this cloud of shit chasing you down.
Could this mean the entire event was never what it seemed? What if it was really a deception that was carefully staged and hidden by the government itself? Biden glitch.
God bless you all.
Here's one of the most confusing and unsettling moments caught on camera. In April 2022, after giving a speech in North Carolina, Joe Biden turned around and tried to shake his hand with someone, but no one was there. He looked really confused, and even struggled to get off the stage. The clip immediately went viral, and people started coming up with the wildest theories. Netizens believed this wasn't really him, but a clone that forgot to act like a normal person and started glitching in front of everyone. Even Donald Trump reposted this on his platform that took the internet by storm. If that's the truth, could this mean the mask might finally be slipping? New World Order.
My name is Montague William III, and what I will tell you may well sound absurd, but the less who believe it, the better for me.
You need to listen to what actor Michael Davitt said in one of his films, because it's truly chilling. In a 2009 short film called The Banker, written by Craig James Monker, he delivered a monologue that sounded less like fiction and more like a confession. He openly spoke about controlling people through money and creating false idols, just like we see today. It almost seems like he was talking about the New World Order theory so openly, and confessing that a secret elite rules everything. For years, Hollywood has been accused of hiding truths through symbolism, but maybe this time they said it out loud.
For many a year we have controlled your lives, while you all just struggle and suffer in strife. We created the things that you don't really need, your sports cars and fashion.
Jim Carrey's message. Jim Carrey has always been famous for his comedy and multifaceted personality. But this day, he did something that unsettled everyone. When he stepped on Jimmy Kimmel's show, he suddenly made a strange hand sign. The same one many believe to be the Illuminati symbol. Jimmy looked uneasy and asked what it meant, and Jim's answer made things even more unsettling.
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is.
Moments later, when Jim Carrey's phone rang, he froze completely. No one knows who called him or what the caller had said, but Jim looked genuinely unsettled. Some people from the audience even commented that the laughter we hear in the clip wasn't real at all, and it was added later to hide the fear that spread across the audience that night.
You know, and I'm sick of... hold on a second. You know what they're trying to do?
Who?
This thing is buzzing. Hold on. They're trying to turn us into, consumer drones of some sort. Hold on, I just got to get this.
And yeah.
Yeah, listen, I'm in the middle of blowing the lid off some...
What happened?
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I was temporarily interrupted by my iPhone 6 Plus.
Cloud seeding.
First and foremost, my heart goes out to all of the people in Texas, particularly the families that were directly affected by the natural disaster.
This year has been a rough one for Texas, especially after what happened on the 4th of July. Soon after those events, people began pointing fingers at something far from natural: cloud seeding. All eyes turned to a company called Rainmaker, which had reportedly carried out a short seeding flight just 2 days earlier. Its founder, Augustus Rico, said the mission only lasted 20 minutes and was far too small to cause anything serious.
Even though cloud seeding had nothing to do with it, we can get into the details of that. People online have accused both me and Rainmaker of having caused the floods when cloud seeding unequivocally cannot induce precipitation, even nearly on the scale of what came from the remnants of Tropical Storm Barry.
Still, people weren't convinced by his statements. Conspiracy theories kept blaming his company for the massive losses. Chemtrails.
They do tend to put them in front of the sun, which makes sense if they're trying to block sunlight.
Nearly 1 in 5 people actually think the government is spraying dangerous chemicals in the sky. They call it the chemtrail theory. The theory claims that jets release secret toxins to control minds or even control our population. One of the strongest believers of this theory, Chris Dadnick, says the government doesn't want us to find the truth. However, scientists say those trails are nothing more than ice crystals formed from jet exhaust in the freezing upper atmosphere.
Well, the white line behind a jet is a natural process that goes on with the relationship between the aerodynamics of the aircraft and the atmosphere.
But after everything happening in the world, such as major global events, strange things happening openly, and the growing loss of order in our nations, do you think these theories might really have some truth? China's own sun. What if you could have your own sun? Sounds impossible, right? Well, according to this social media post, China had apparently done something impossible. The viral video claimed to show the launch of an artificial sun into the sky, glowing brighter than anything ever seen before. But here's what really happened. The clip actually showed China's Long March 7A rocket launch from the Wenchang site, not a nuclear fusion reactor. The real experiment, called EAST, took place in a controlled lab. It was a fusion reactor built to achieve clean energy for the future. In 2025, it reportedly reached temperatures over 150 million degrees Celsius, which is more than 10 times hotter than the sun's core. Officials said it was meant to create clean energy for the future, but people doubt if this experiment is a lot bigger than they're letting on. Reptilian Mark Zuckerberg.
Especially, one of the crazy things when you do these live Q&As is some of them are very silly. So we got one. Mark, are the allegations true that you are secretly a lizard?
For years, people on the internet had wild theories that Mark Zuckerberg was actually a lizard in disguise. They always pointed at his strange blank expressions, unnatural eye movements, and saying unsettling things on live camera. The jokes eventually turned into full-blown conspiracies that he was part of a secret reptilian group controlling the world. Then one day, during a video, he finally decided to acknowledge it and denied all those claims. But with more famous figures now being accused of the same thing, what do you believe?
We got one. Mark, are the allegations true that you are secretly a lizard? I'm gonna have to go with no on that. I am not a lizard.
Hidden operations. An urban explorer decided to check out an old factory that had been abandoned for years, or so people thought. As he was filming, his camera caught something strange near one of the old reactor chambers. There seemed to be 2 people down below dressed as workers. When he called out, one of the figures looked directly at the camera. Within seconds, both figures vanished, like they weren't humans at all. After he uploaded the video, viewers began to wonder if these so-called abandoned factories were really being used to hide something far darker, like secret experiments or even otherworldly beings authorities don't want us to know about. Dark fashion.
You know what? You don't know what they're going to become later. And you don't want for them to have psychologiquement a problem of growth.
This brand by Celine Dion had really scared parents around the world. It was launched in 2018, and the ad that came with it felt unsettling from the very first second. Instead of the usual bright colors and cheerful tones for children, everything looked dark and gloomy. The ad even seemed to have demonic symbolism, and the outfits felt really off. Some of the outfits even had the words "New Order" printed right across them. During an interview, her own team said the line was meant to shape all human beings and their individuality.
We're at Celine trying to shape the future of all human beings by saying, find your own individuality.
Views felt that was not just for marketing. It sounded more like a hidden agenda. Do you think it's right for such powerful people to influence our young and innocent generation this way? Magnetic shots.
Last thing before we go tonight, the train to Crazy Town made an unscheduled whistle stop in Ohio this week. You're about to hear from a doctor and a nurse, medical professionals who have had contact with patients. They happen to be anti-vaxxers and conspiracy theorists.
Here's one of the most bizarre and shocking claims made about the COVID vaccine. It happened during a health committee hearing in the Ohio legislature. A nurse claimed that people who took the COVID vaccine had become magnetic. According to her, the shot contained a protein with metal attached to it.
A combination of the protein, which now we're finding has a metal attached to it. I'm sure you've seen the pictures all over the internet of people who've had these shots and now they're magnetized. They can put a key on their forehead, it sticks. They can put spoons and forks all over them and they can stick. Because now we think that there's a metal piece to that. There's been people who've long suspected that there was some sort of an interface, yet to be defined, an interface between what's being injected in these shots and all of the 5G towers.
And that's why it made people capable of sticking keys, spoons, even forks to their skin. Then another nurse stepped up and tried it live. She still kept insisting that the vaccine had magnetic crystals that might even link with 5G towers. That sounds shocking, right? Well, if you ever feel like your body's changed after the vaccine too, then comment down below.
By the way, so I just found out something when I was on lunch, and I wanted to show it to you. We were talking about Dr. Tenpenny's testimony about magnetic vaccine crystals. So this is what I found out. So I have a key and a bobby pin here. Explain to me why the key sticks to me.
Devil worshippers. There's a thin line between jokes and dark reality, and this moment really blurred it. In 2014, during the Critics' Choice Awards, Aubrey Plaza went on stage with Nick Offerman and Chris Pratt to accept an award for Parks and Recreation. While giving her speech, she said something unexpected. She thanked the devil.
Thank the devil.
And you can clearly see how uncomfortable Chris and Nick looked. And strangely, she wasn't the only one. Conan O'Brien once made a similar joke right on live television too. Christian Bale made a similar remark too. Listen carefully.
Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration on how to play this role.
All of this really makes us wonder if these so-called jokes are actually just dark truth, hidden under humor. Wendy's mind control.
Let's get started. Our first caress.
During a live Halloween episode of her show, Wendy Williams, one of the most well-known talk show hosts, suddenly started acting very strange. Her eyes widened, her tongue stopped working, and it looked like she had lost all control of her body. After that show, she said she had overheated in her costume and was battling Graves' disease. But many viewers weren't convinced with that explanation. They said her movements looked more like she was being controlled by something or someone. The conspiracy theorists even linked the event to the MK Ultra program, which was meant to control those in power, so they could end up influencing us too. Megan Fox's identity. Could it be possible for Megan Fox to be a man? It might sound unbelievable, but these were her own words. Listen to this.
I'm a man.
In the interview, she clearly said she was a man. But what's even stranger is that this was not the only time she mentioned it. In another interview, she made a similar comment again, and it didn't even sound like a joke.
What is your obsession of the year?
Zac Efron is my obsession. He's here. What you don't know is that Zac Efron and I are the same person.
Many people began to think if she was indeed telling the truth. So what do you think? Was she only joking, or could there be some hidden truth behind those words? You decide. King Charles portrait. When King Charles III's new portrait was revealed at Buckingham Palace in May 2024, the internet went wild over it. The portrait was created by British artist Jonathan Yeo, and it was covered in deep red tones. At first, it just looked abstract, but when viewers mirrored the image, a strange shape appeared. It eerily resembled the pagan deity Baphomet. Even though it might just be coincidence, people claim to feel uneasy after seeing it, as if the portrait could influence them emotionally as well. Beyonce hand symbol. During the Super Bowl halftime show, as Beyonce was in the middle of her performance, she did something unexpected. For a brief moment, she made a triangle symbol with her hands. It was quick, but impossible to miss. The audience and viewers instantly recognized it as the same symbol linked to Illuminati, and its meaning is too dark to be just a part of her choreography. And since these celebrities are getting too bold with their signs, people think this signal has to be a message for us. Mind control. This might be one of Katy Perry's most viral on-stage moments, but not for the reason you might think. In the middle of her concert, she suddenly froze. Her eye began twitching in a strange, robotic way. At that time, fans thought it was part of the act, but the way she struggled to fix her eye looked too strange. When the clip went viral, conspiracy theorists jumped on it, calling it a glitch or even a sign of mind control. Some even linked it to Britney Spears' odd behavior in this old interview.
It was pretty rough. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Ah, weird. Hello.
Together, these moments made the theory even stronger that someone really could be controlling them. Pope Francis. In this strange clip, people lined up to greet the Pope and tried to kiss his hand as a sign of respect. But something was really wrong here. Every time someone leaned in, he quickly pulled his hand back, again and again. The entire sight was really confusing. People started thinking that there had to be a deeper and darker reason behind this, like maybe the Pope knew he wasn't holy and couldn't be greeted in such a way. But that's just one of the interpretations that viewers came up with. What do you think? Strange transformations. It's strange how so many celebrities change completely once they reach a certain level of fame. At first, they look normal, but later on, something starts to shift. Their looks change, and their behavior turns almost unnatural. Many fans have noticed this and connected it to a long-running theory in Hollywood. They say to gain massive fame, one must sell their soul to the devil, and the price shows in their transformation. It's as if that fame takes something human away from them. Maybe that's why some stars start to look more like something else entirely. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. What if the truth behind Charlie Kirk's end was never what we were told? At his memorial, something strange caught everyone's attention. Erika Kirk, standing beside Trump, suddenly flashed the devil's horns hand sign. On the same day, Elon Musk was seen doing the pyramid gesture while sitting near Trump. Both symbols appearing on the same day sent shockwaves online. Viewers started connecting the dots, wondering if these were not coincidences, but coded messages. They even claimed the signs hinted that Charlie's passing was staged, and that maybe he was still alive while someone powerful was controlling the story. What made it even stranger was how there were no other images or clips released after his passing, making everything feel even more suspicious.